Well, hi there. It's Saturday morning, and I'm going to do a quick Saturday morning breakfast. Believe it or not, Moosie is already outside. I've brought him his coffee, but I have a surplus of eggs. Colleen and Micah and the kids have been on a trip, but they're home now, and Aidan has been collecting eggs from the chickens and bringing them down to us. So we have had a very eggy type breakfast for during the week. And so what I'm going to do is this morning I'm going to do some of those eggs in the cup. And this time I'm going to use the little biscuits. I have 5 in one of these small ones. It's just one of those pop open biscuits. These are the flaky butter tasting biscuits. And I'm going to use those, and I have just an assortment of clean out the refrigerator stuff here. I have some mushrooms, I have some greens, spinach, arugula, chopped onions. If I had some meat, I'd put that in too, but I don't have any leftover stuff. So I'm going to do these quickly, and then I'll put cheese on top, by the way. Now, I've already buttered a tin. This is crucial because sometimes they stick, and you don't want that to happen. Now, what I'm going to do is pop on another layer of Pam just in case, because they do sometimes have a tendency to stick. So I'm going to run through this quickly because Aidan is here. We were going to do some work out on the patio today in the way of purging. I've already started some, so we're okay. He's already helping Moosie with the garden varmint problem, so that's that. I think we might be winning the game. I went out this morning and none of my plants have been touched. So maybe they're getting tired of snakes and whirligigs and whatever else Moosie and Aidan have done out there in the garden. Okay, let's just start assembling this. The first thing we're going to do is take these little biscuits, and I'm going to try and just pull them out a little bit, just flatten them. You know, as you can see, you know the lengths they come in. Now I'm just pulling them apart a little bit. You can see here. And then I will just pop them in the bottom of these tins, up the sides as much as I can get, not much. And that will be the bottom. Now, sometimes I use the floured tortillas. Sometimes I would just use whatever is around in the way of a little cup. But you know what? You don't need the cup because sometimes if you just pour the eggs in straight, you're okay. So I'm just pulling these apart as much as I can, flattening them out a little bit. I think this is my favorite. Sometimes, I think I did a video once for you where I took a long burrito and rolled it up and then chopped it up and put that in and then put the egg and the goodies on top. The last time I made these, I had some leftover ham, but no meat this time. It doesn't matter. If you had sausage or whatever, you could put it in. So you're making little pancakes here with these biscuits. That's what you're doing. Or little tiny pizzas, you know how you spread out the pizza? Okay. Well, it's really nice outside today. I can't wait to get out because the cottage is stuffy. I haven't done anything with myself today. Tomorrow we do have a nice day at Debbie's, seeing grandkids and celebrating a couple of birthdays of her kids. You know what? I only have 5 of these. So we'll see if Aidan wants one. He's out there working already. Gosh, he works so quickly outside for us. He does so much. What a blessing. And you know, it helps them too with their summer jobs if they have one. What we do, we don't just take advantage of them, and I think you might know that. And every little bit helps with these kids. They're all very industrious. They have jobs, but every little bit helps, so we help them. Okay, that's 4. This is probably the job that takes the longest. The rest of it, I've already pre-chopped everything, so we don't have to do much here. I love these flaky biscuits. Sometimes we do the British version where we just take these, and especially the croissants, and put a lot of butter on them And what do they call them? Butter bacon buddies, something like that, over in London. We used to love to eat them when we were over there. Okay, so now I've got these in my tin, and I did give it all a little squirt, extra squirt of my Pam. So let's hope they don't stick. We're ready to go. Now I think I'll start with, what will I do first? Maybe some mushrooms, just a little mushrooms in the bottom. They're all chopped up, ready to go. And the onions are all chopped up. This is so easy. You know, kids love these, and you can even, if you don't eat them all up in one day, you can put them in the refrigerator, save them, heat them up in the oven or the microwave, whatever. But they're good. Sometimes Moosie likes them with a little bit of hot sauce, not too much. Moosie doesn't like the spicy stuff like I do. Okay, and now I'll put some of this on. Last time I made these, Moosie saw a lot of greens. It was spinach. What's this, he said. Whenever he sees greens, he gets nervous. And with me, I will up them up. That's it. Do you see that? They're all filled up. And now I'm going to just pour my egg mixture in and then put a little bit of this cheddar cheese on top. And I will bake them in the oven. It's either 350 or 375. And it takes about, depends on the biscuits. You keep checking them, 20, 25 minutes. Here's my egg mixture of already, I think I have 6 eggs here. And this should do it. Hopefully. 6 eggs already whipped up. Just do it a little more and I'll fill it up and off we go. Whoa. Oh, way too much on that one. I have to be very careful. I'll get that oopsie later. Oh yeah, that was a big oopsie. I wasted a lot of egg there. But fortunately, I have enough left. In fact, just enough for 5. That would have been too much. Don't look at that. That's just one of my cooking oopsies. What a mess, huh? Don't look. Okay. I thought I could make 6, but I forgot there were only 5 biscuits in there. There we go. I'm going to put them in that oven, check the temperature. It's either, I think it's maybe 350, and put them in. And then I will wipe up the mess I made. Don't look. See, I got so nervous spilling the egg that I forgot the cheese, so I have to go back and pop the cheese on top of each one. That makes it. It's a good thing I remembered this because the cheese helps make it. So I'm going to set my timer now and finish cleaning up my mess. You know, I don't care. I do make mistakes in the kitchen. I make mistakes everywhere. And I just, that's the way we are, right, ladies? Why not show you my mistakes? Most of them, especially the eyes and everything else, right? Okay, now I'm going to fix them for about 20 minutes and check on them and go out and see how Moosie's doing and let him know that he'll be eating these then. I do have some nice grapes, by the way, that I picked up. I brought grapes and oranges from Margie's trees. Aidan brought down a big bag of oranges. They're so juicy and so good. So I shared some with Bridget, and I'll probably bring some over, some of the oranges, to Debbie's tomorrow too. But the other thing that I found that have been so good, and Moosie and I have been enjoying them. Do you like red cherries? They're so good. Yes, they do have pits, and that's a little bit of an annoyance, but I think I'll bring these out and give Moosie some grapes and hopefully Aidan too. I asked him, he came in while I was just preparing this. He didn't think he wanted a breakfast this morning. He said he was okay. So I don't think Aidan will be having some, but maybe when he sees it, he'll want it. He did share them the last time I made these, and he sat down with Moosie and they had a nice chat. So Moosie just loves having these kids around, so do I. I think that might be it. It's just a good start to a breakfast in the morning. And by the way, my outfit of the morning is that thrifted men's robe. Remember I told you a long time ago when I showed you this, that these in the men's department, you can find these. There's a lot of these men's. And the reason I bought this, it reminded me of the robes that my father made. He was quite the dresser, even in his loungewear, all his life. And he had these. In fact, I had one of his robes for a long time after he passed. So it's cool in the summer too. That's the other thing. So if you want some of these nice men's robes, go to a thrift shop and the men's department. All right, now we wait about 20 minutes and then I'll show you the final biscuit and we can eat. You know, the other thing that I was going to put in was some cherry tomatoes. I have a plant outside of cherry tomatoes that has been growing from the first time I planted plants a couple of months ago. And I have tons of branches with gorgeous green cherry tomatoes on there. And they haven't ripened and they haven't ripened. And I even brought a whole branch of them in and put them in my little box with the banana trick. And they did not ripen. I had to just finally toss them. But yesterday I went out, and that's one of the trees, by the way, that the squirrels and whoever else is out there did not get to. And it's really high. It's probably 3.5 feet high. It has tons of those green, in bunches, green tomatoes on there. And they are finally starting to turn red. So I can't believe why it took so long, but I should have a lot of them around. But I use tomatoes all the time in everything. As you know, I love them. So I have been buying these, and I should have chopped up a couple of these in there. But once again, I forgot. I guess I'm trying to get the breakfast on the move and get out there because Moosie's been waiting for a while for his breakfast. And I'm kind of hungry too. So this will be my protein for the morning. I've already had half an avocado and haven't had my coffee with my collagen yet, but I'll wait and have that with Moosie. So I'll see you in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and we'll check our breakfast. Magic, all cleaned up. Well, the bell just went off, so I'm gonna check them and see how they look. They overflowed a little bit. It does say to fill them up only halfway. They look good, I'll check them. Oh, they look wonderful. Now I just have to get them out. And Aidan has decided to have some with Moosie outside, so I'm gonna fix their plates. Really looks good, doesn't it? By the way, the cooking oven temperature is 350 and the cooking time is about 20 minutes, maybe 25. Just keep checking them. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah, everything but the kitchen sink is in here.
Not too much. Yeah, just a few things. Looks good though, huh?
Yeah. And black cherries too.
I forgot some. Yeah, cherries. Now they're pitted, so be careful. And Aidan is joining him. Looks good, Aidan, huh?
Mm-hmm.
A little hot,
Right.
Moosie says, but good. Don't eat the pits, Moose, right? Well, looks like a success. Moosie and Aidan are having their breakfast. They're a little hot right now, but it's nice and cool outside. So I am going to get my robe off, put a quick t-shirt or something on, and go out and have an egg breakfast with them too. We're going to talk some more about some other things in the video, so stay tuned. So here's my morning protein with the egg. That's probably a good, I would say 20 grams of protein. And with my collagen powder in my coffee is another 20 to 25 grams of protein. So I should have enough energy to get something done today. Whoops, there goes one of my cherries. Speaking of protein, I want to tell you what we had last night for supper. You know, I keep a lot of things in my freezer for those nights when I just don't want to cook and have something that's fairly healthy. And one of those things that I've discovered at Walmart are these Marie Callender's chicken or beef teriyaki bowls. And they have 18 grams of protein, at least this chicken one does. And what I do to kind of fill them out a little bit is I add one of these little cups. You know how you can buy these Minute Maid cups that cook for 1 minute in the micro? This one is a cilantro and lime jasmine rice. And I cook that for 1 minute. These cook in the micro for 5 minutes and maybe an extra minute just to make sure that the veggies are cooked. The chicken is delicious. The rice is great. It has teriyaki sauce mixed in with it also. And it's a great supper that's, I would say, healthy if you want to talk about something that's not just one ingredient, but it's great. And I would recommend definitely that you have one of these. It's delicious. How was your breakfast, Aidan?
Great.
Good. I have an extra jar of teriyaki sauce just in case it doesn't have enough in there, and I will put a little bit in it as I'm cooking it in the microwave. It's delicious. I would recommend these. I think these bowls are only $2.98. A great deal and delicious besides. Moosie loves them. Well, that was a delicious breakfast. I highly recommend it. It was a good one. Well, I'm in my workaround clothes. It's a no makeup day today. I have enough energy right now with all that protein in me to try and get something done around here today. I suppose I can clean up the kitchen first. So many jobs I have to choose. See, that's the point. I'm not necessarily a procrastinator. It's just that I have too many things to do and I have to choose. And that's the point. You know, I think it was Becky. Wasn't it you, Becky? I'm sure it was. That said, do what you can when you can. Oh my gosh. When I read that, Becky, I just stopped in my tracks and I thought, that's what life is about right now. Isn't it, ladies? Thanks so much for saying that. I'm just going to keep that in my head and try and follow. I think that's one of the best rules that you could follow in these aging years. Do what you can when you can. And right now, maybe I can get something done. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this little Saturday morning video. I'll try and get it up for you later on today. Tomorrow we'll be spending some time with our family over at Debbie's, and I'll catch you in a video next week. I want to remind everyone to keep those poor people in Texas in your prayers. Children, parents, families. It's just so sad to believe that these natural disasters that happen can take so many lives and just ruins so many lives. Please pray for those that are left, families, and the grief that they're going through, and also for the souls of everyone, that they live eternally happy from here in. I love you, my friends, and may God bless us all.